Chase Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no run back here. So they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Herbert now. This is swung out to Eckler. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. At the 24-yard line. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. They'll drop to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. They're going to look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings.
Well, that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw here, Herbert. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
And, Charles, when you talk about Keenan Allen, you're not necessarily usually talking about that crazy top-end speed, but he does a great job there with the ball in his hands.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point splits the uprights.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
A first carry here for Kene Nwangu.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. And what I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's out. He put it on the carpet and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
2nd and 2. On the give, this is Eckler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they are backed up as far as they can be. They're going to start this drive at their own 1.
And it was on this very site in the old Metrodome. Obviously, this is a new stadium. But remember, Tony Dorsett broke off a 99-yard touchdown run on a Monday night game against the Vikings, one that we'll remember for the ages.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll throw again from their own end zone. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space. There they elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
Running on 1st down, Eckler. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert out to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Herbert on third down now. Eluding the pressure right. That's going to be caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Eckler. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Eckler again. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Chargers 14, Vikings 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Isabella now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
The pass on first down.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Eckler, they run left side. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just past the 35. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Give left side here for Nwangu. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Vikings. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And the final number on Next Gen Stats, how about this? 71 yards through the air. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Herbert. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He'll find Williams on the slant. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Chargers. Mike Williams, 77 yards. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14.
Chargers 21, Vikings 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Isabella now from his end zone.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive, as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. On the screen, this is Edmonds. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
The 17-yard line.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
Looking to throw.
They'll get this to Nwangu.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
On the move to his left, and he'll just get rid of it. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 36. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at 2nd down.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Now a give, running left is Nwangu.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Badgley's kick is good, and that'll bring them back within 4. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. So we have reached halftime, intermission with the visiting Chargers on top, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
Isabella now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Second and 9 now. That's caught by the tight end, Herb Smith Jr. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Chargers' 44-yard line.
Handoff here to Nwangu. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off near the 29. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
A give, Eckler running to the right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the Vikings' 26-yard line.
Herbert now. Flushed out right. This is swung out to Eckler. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. He's going to find Cook here in the end zone for a Charger touchdown. Jared Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Vikings 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, Andy Isabella. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On the give is Nwangu. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Andy Isabella with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
They're going to try and run.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion is no good.
So nothing fancy there. That was just a fullback dive. Defensively, they were ready for it.
They were, and I think that surprised the guys on offense because handing it to the fullback, well, you don't do that very often, so that's a tendency breaker. And I think they just wanted to say, let's just go straight ahead. As you said, nothing fancy. Everyone move someone out of the way and let the big guy work. Didn't get it done, though.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's into the hands of Eckler. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He's made plenty of plays throughout this game, pressing the ball downfield to the tune of 4 touchdown passes. Was shooting for a 5th there. That one came up incomplete.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at the 20. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. Nwangu. And some space here. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
They'll run with Nwangu. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Chargers' 45-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. On the run is Nwangu. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
But sometimes, Brandon, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Now it's Nwangu. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll drop to throw. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Another run now for Nwangu. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kene Nwangu. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
And touchdown and congratulations and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see him scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Chargers, 28.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. Ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Now Herbert. That's complete to John Ross. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Herbert. That's complete. It's Cook. And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Herbert going to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to Nwangu again on 1st down. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And even 100 yards on the ground for him so far.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Vikings, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll look to get back on track next week.